Hey guys, it's me, Vix123 with some Team Combat Axe gameplay, and these are actually getting surprisingly more and more difficult to acquire. I think it was something like 6 hours of playtime over 3 days to actually just get this match, which was a win with the Combat Axe only. You know, you've finding it more and more difficult for us to find lobbies where people aren't just drop-shotting all over the place, spraying, all that kind of stuff. I mean, when you take it down to principles, what we're trying to achieve here with the Team Combat Axe game, it's a pretty tough thing. I mean, Combat Axes are inconsistent at close range, so when you've got people rushing you with SMGs, shotguns, all that kind of stuff, it can become really difficult. And another thing is, if the enemies manage to pick up a UAV before us, or have a better start to the game than us, you know, all it takes is one guy with a shotgun to pick up a few of us at close range, then we are seriously in trouble, because consider this, we're on the enemy UAV, we can't really afford to use one of our perk slots on Ghost, so we're on their UAV, and we're going Combat Axe only. We're at a severe disadvantage to them, and they know where we are, and they can just wait for us, keep their distance, rush us, whatever works for them. So it does make it really difficult. So this was actually quite a good game. You know, we all warmed up at this point, although this was, yeah, that kind of sucked. You can tell I'm just flipping out there, but yeah, that's the gameplay covered, so I hope you guys enjoy it. These are not easy things to get, so I guess just like we found in Modern Warfare 3, the frequency of them will probably be decreasing, unless you guys really are enjoying them and want to see more of them. Then, you know, it'll be worth the extra time. So now I'm going to get into the topic for this video, which is something I saw tweeted out, and it's the front page of a newspaper in the UK, The Sun, and the article is "Killer's Call of Duty Obsession, Massacre Loner Addicted to Controversial Vid Game." Oh, the media. Oh, the media. So most of you will have heard about the Conneticut school massacre, and basically because Adam Lanza, the shooter, played Call of Duty, apparently that is one of the causes. And just the media, I can't stand the way it is. And you know, it's interesting the way that they can present something as forward as that, but I guess controversy is what they do, which I guess is a reason a lot of us see a huge value in YouTube. Is I'm a person who sat here talking, you know, I guess I don't need to create controversy to because, you know, I don't get paid for my views on things, I just say what they are. But I guess in the same way you do get people who will create a bit of a drama and controversy with other people for those extra views, but you guys know, not many of us tend to do that. I'm certainly not someone who would go and do something like that, so, you know, with that side of things, I just think it's all a little bit ridiculous that the media can just throw out statements like that, and I just think it does gamers a disservice, you know, it really does. And I don't think it's, you know, because someone who hasn't played Call of Duty, you know, most of the people that read these newspapers aren't people like us who play the games. They're, you know, older people, and, you know, jump to conclusions, oh yeah, these video games are terrible. And I think that underlying issue here is that, obviously, for someone to go out and do something like this, they have to have mental issues, and, you know, I'm sure he did a lot of things other than Call of Duty, playing Call of Duty, that really have very little to do with what went on, and I just don't think it's, you know, a very justified opinion. Okay, so here's a good example. I've played video games, you know, I mean, there is the argument that, and I can almost agree with this, that sometimes kids are playing video games from too young an age, you know, mainly due to negligence from parents and that kind of stuff. But the thing is, I've been playing violent video games from a pretty young age with older brothers, and I'm probably one of the least violent people there is. I very, very rarely am violent, you know, not so much even verbally, actually violent. So it's just, you know, it just goes to show that if you've got someone that's unstable, I don't think it's, you know, you can just pick an underlying cause and point towards it. You know, violent movies, I'm sure they're plenty more mainstream than video games, yet video games get this conception and this idea applied to them. And, you know, I think, you know, there's a load of different things that can be applied to this, but at the end of the day, this is the way the world is, and as terrible as it is, bad things happen to good people, and you can sit there pointing fingers at what the underlying cause may be, and if there's a solution, but whether there will be one, I'm not entirely sure. But to point the finger at one thing over another, oh, it's this issue, oh, it's that issue, you know, there's the argument that because of a lack of gun restrictions, this kind of thing is able to happen, but if someone wants to go to an extent to do something, they can do it, you know, no matter what systems are put in place. You know, it's definitely a tough situation to deal with, but as far as, you know, pointing the finger at something or another, just doesn't seem to be justified. So, you know, I've kind of given an overview. I don't want to get too in-depth and too specific on this point because I'm not exactly the most qualified person to talk about this. I am, yeah, just going off of what I've seen and heard and my kind of opinions, but on the flip side, I'd love to hear what you guys think. Would be interesting to get some kind of discussion going on in the comment section. It's always interesting to read. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the topic, the video, and the gameplay. Right here, I'm like, oh, I'm going to get the final kill. Here we go. Oh, no, blocked, completely blocked. But anyway, guys, that is the gameplay. As always, I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, be sure to hit the like button. And also drop some thoughts in the comment section below, because I don't claim to be, you know, factually correct on this. I'd love to hear what other people think and, you know, base my own opinions off that. So yeah, go for it. And in just a moment, here we have an outro which will take you to other random weapon gameplays. Not random weapon, sorry, Team Combat Axe gameplays if you'd like to check them out.